Elephants at this time of year are feeding on a variety of vegetation. The forests that line the floodplains, the edge of the Mopani where it reaches the water, take quite a hammering during this time of year. The elephants really enjoy the greenery that's left on these trees and often stretch high up to access these branches. It wasn't only the Mopanis that these elephants were eating. This Kakanika area has quite a lot of this broad-leafed shepherd's tree. I haven't seen this amount in any other part of Botswana. While the herd was moving through, two of the young bulls began to tussle and play fight. It always begins as a game of weight, really. Pushing each other, just sheer force, leaning against each other, twisting of trunks, and every now and then, the tusks just jabbing. Not very aggressive and not very dangerous play at all. What started out as a very sort of passive game, very slow game, started to become quite intense very, very quickly. These two young bulls really began to tussle and knock their ivory together, and you see that the tusks were starting to be used a lot more. It became quite aggressive quite quickly. The slightly bigger bull of the two clearly thought that he had a point to make, and he really wanted to assert himself over the youngster. These two continued to fight, and the older guy just continued to chase the smaller one around. It's not often that you get such a prolonged interaction between two elephants. They generally can't expend the energy. The older bulls began the same scenario, except with a little bit more, almost discipline. It's much more of a gentleman's combat than it is anything else. It starts off by two bulls coming head to head and almost leaning against each other and almost getting to know each other. And then, almost as if they're satisfied, a sudden change, and they begin this slow twisting and turning and sort of rolling of their heads. The older bull's interaction didn't last quite as long, and they broke up a lot quicker. Maybe they know not to expend so much energy.